for you. So in this webinar, we would like to place an offer with you. We would like to offer you to partner with us in order to help us create exceptional, creative, and innovative beauty product. And this event, we would like to call you to become our ambassador to spread the word of Salvona. And for that purpose, we will, in this webinar, will bring you up to date about new technologies, solutions, and also business possibilities. How we can grow in win-win situation to create better products to our ultimate customers. So let's see, first of all, who are we? When I say we. So on behalf of Salvona, Salvona is an advanced raw material supplier. Salvona is developing manufacturing proprietary product in the category of super specialty products that can be used for cosmetics as well as for dermatology, OTC, and RX. The other company, the sister company, is Advanced Beauty Labs. This is a contract manufacturing company that utilizes Salvona technologies and other technologies to create some wonderful type of finished products. So these are the two technologies that I'm presenting here with you. Now, let's see a little bit about the current situation and how does it affect our decision and planning going forward. McKinsey report that was published over the recent days shows that since the beginning of the year, there is a significant drop in overall sales of cosmetic personal care product. The overall drop is of about 50%. And they predict that the recovery will take at least until May of next year, 2021. So we have a long way to live with coronavirus and to adapt ourselves to the new situation. What is to be adapted to? Like what kind of product people would like to have and would like to have even more under the current circumstances. So here you see the McKinsey report again. You see the different category of the product, the estimated year-to-date sales, and most important, you can look at the retail sales percent over the 4 weeks ending on April 11. This is when the report was relating to. So you can see there is a major increase in nail care and another major in hair coloring. These are areas that reflect the fact that women couldn't go and get the service outside, so they had to retain and able to do them in-house. We see from this and other reports that the forecast is clear. People would like to have skincare products, both skin and hair, that provide ability to retain a beautiful skin appearance, but also provide protection. So protection is the matter of fact, the major issue that people are concerned. The second aspect of our forecast is we'll see that people are utilizing more in-home beauty product, in-home spa. And we saw in the report, the McKinsey report, that in China, for example, there was a big increase in eye care product. Of course, because this is the only area that people could expose after they put the mask on them. Overall, from other reports, we learned that there is a continuous growth on online sales. All the companies that sell and deliver product to home, like Amazon and so on. And we also see the same thing in the Salvona website. There is an increased interest to order and get more information online. So digital marketing is going to be continuing the major method for marketing product to consumers, and that's why we do this webinar too. In this specific webinar, I would like to introduce you to 6 different technologies that we think are very current and relevant to product that you will do in the next couple of months. The first two are relating to protecting us from bacteria, virus, pathogens in general. Then the other two products will be more related to sensory markers, product that can perform and give an immediate effect, and consumer can see that the product is working and is doing what it's supposed to do. The first product is Hydrosol BKC. This is a clear product, and BKC stands for benzalkonium chloride, also called BZK. It's the same exactly material. It kills bacteria, and it also kills COVID-19 viruses immediately. What's unique about this is it does not have alcohol. And we would like to, and we prefer to use product that give us the protection without destroying our skin. And alcohol is one of the materials that's not really good for our skin, definitely not for long-term use. So we have Hydrosol technology with BKC. We also have Hydrosol technology with natural antiseptic. Natural antiseptic, as it says, it's a blend of natural ingredients that provide us antiseptic properties. We would prefer to use for long-term natural materials. First of all, because they are safer to the skin. And the other aspect is that bacteria could develop resistance to a single molecule, such as BKC. And when they develop the resistance, they will not they will not provide the protection that we expect from the material. When we have a blend like natural antiseptic that made of multiple ingredients, the chances for this to develop resistance is lower. So it is recommended to use natural antiseptic for the long term. Two other products here are used for the sensation and functionality. Salsphere Saloxy, it's a self-forming and oxygen delivery product. Sal Color FX is a microsphere that will change the color once you rub it on the skin. Sal Color is just simple beads with color. When you rub it, they're totally break, will not leave any residue. And a more functional technology, Salsphere Skin Repair, is a technology developed specifically to repair dry skin, like eczema. More details. Hydrosol BKC is a clear product. It's water soluble or water suspendable. It works as an antiseptic, very skin friendly, and works at a very low concentration of 0.13%. It's suitable for water-based technologies and also hydroalcoholic. So you can mix alcohol with this product. It's easy to formulate with this. The technology allows you to combine it with either wash off or leave on products. So this is Hydrosol BKC. The technology itself, Hydrosol, if it's new to you, I will briefly explain, but I have a full webinar on our website that explain in details what is Hydrosol, how does it work, and what's the value for you. So Hydrosol is a sub-micron sphere with a diameter of 0.1 to 0.3 micron. There is a core, very porous material, and a shell. The functional ingredient is encapsulated within the core. So the core is where our functional, in this case, it's the BKC. That's why we call it Hydrosol BKC. How does it work? So what we do in our factory, we encapsulate the BKC inside the core. There is a shell, and the shell is a polymer and very hydrated with water. The whole environment is full of water, of course. Now, when this product incorporated in a base or water, spread on the surface. The water evaporates, and as a result, the shell will collapse. The collapse means that the polymeric system becomes more condensed and increase the resistance, and so it locks in the functional ingredients inside the core. During the evaporation, some of the functional material will be released. So we get an immediate effect of the functional ingredients, but another fraction of the functional ingredient will stay intact inside the core. So the core can stay like that for a very long time. The only material and the only factor that could release the functional ingredients from the core encapsulated is water. But this time the water will not bring the polymer to the original situation, but the polymer will totally break down and the functional ingredient will be released. What's unique about Hydrosol BKC? I want to say upfront, we cannot claim Hydrosol BKC will give you a long-term protection. In order to claim it, we have to go through the authorities like EPA, like FDA, and this is all takes a long time. What is we can show you is our data and let the customer or the consumer make its own decision. We look at this graph. This is BKC detected on skin percent of initial as a function of time. This was done on hard surface and also on skin. So what you see is the applied BKC. In the beginning, it's 100%. And as time goes by, you see there is a significant drop to about 40% after 6 hours. 40% is definitely below the minimum inhibition concentration. It means that it's not effective. However, with Hydrosol BKC, we have a release, we have a reduction in the concentration, but it reaches about 60–55%. This would be sufficient to continue to inhibit the growth of pathogen. So we can see from this graph that Hydrosol BKC can offer a long-term protection. Now we look at the natural antiseptic. Natural antiseptic is again a clear solution. It has the ability to inhibit, and I will show you exactly at what concentration. And it could be used as a natural preservative or preservative alternative, or as actually an antiseptic. So this is the composition of natural antiseptic. These are the ingredients that we use to make up the blend of natural antiseptic. You see, they are all natural extract at high concentration. The other aspect is how much one needs to use in order to inhibit pathogen growth, or what we call minimum inhibition concentration, in short, MIC. So this is the different bacteria, gram-positive, gram-negative, even yeast and mold, we tested against. And we measured the amount of the material we use in microliter per ml of the substrate with the bacteria. And what we see is we start with natural antiseptic. The average amount that you need to reach the MIC is 0.45%. Compared to phenoxyethanol, commonly used as a preservative, you need 1%. Compared to ethanol, you need 0.6%. And compared to paraben or polyparaben, you need 2.16%. You definitely see that the natural antiseptic has a lowest MIC, which means you use the lowest concentration to get the same effect that you can get from other ingredients, other antiseptic ingredients. And this is what's unique about Hydrosol natural antiseptic. It's clean and nice. So what I want to tell you is it's fully compliant with the 7th Amendment, Annex 3, and EPA regulation for processing potent microbiological activity. The MIC is 0.45. So it's some testing that we did in-house because it seems very good. We looked at the long-term effect, like does it work for 45 or 24 hours or more? Does it work? Can we rely on this? So we applied on the surface, and then we came back 48 hours later. 48 hours later, we took samples and we then grew them, grew the bacteria on Petri dishes. This is the number of colonies that you get from free natural antiseptic, which means free means it's not encapsulated, but the same level of active. Here you see Hydrosol natural antiseptic, there is no colonies. So bacteria culture on agar plates, 48 hours. After water burst, you see that the Hydrosol natural antiseptic is providing better protection than just the material themselves. So the Hydrosol has a major effect to retain them so that they can work for longer time. Again, we have the data, but we cannot officially claim it. So I want to make sure that you fully understand. How do we measure, in another test, how do we measure the ability of natural antiseptic to kill or inhibit bacteria? Is by a technique called zone of inhibition. You see, we grow the bacteria on a petri dish, then we dip a circle of paper in the ingredients that we want to test. We put the circle of paper on the petri dish, we wait 24 hours, and we measure the area that is clean from bacteria. This is called the zone of inhibition, and we measure it by millimeters. So here you see the zone of inhibition in millimeters as a function of concentration. So what do we see? At 0.5 microliter per ml, remember the MIC is 0.45. We use 0.5 and we use 5. Sorry. And what do we see? We see that the Hydrosol BKC has an inhibition of 8 millimeters. How much do we have for the free? 0. The free is not actually inhibiting the growth, but the Hydrosol inhibiting. Of course, if you use 10 times more, it's definitely inhibiting. So now I want to show you, to summarize this, to show you a little bit of animation. How does it work? And you will see what is the value for you as a formulator and consumers as a user. So this is the original particle. The particle is a liquid. Once you apply it on the surface, the particle will lose the water and will flatten. And there, this is the process of encapsulation of Hydrosol. So it's a very strong film forming capacity that locks in all the functional ingredients inside. Now with moisture, either it's coming from the skin or from the atmosphere, the moisture now can break down the polymer, not swell the polymer. So once the polymer is broken down, there is no barrier for the functional ingredient to reach the surface. And this is now when the BKC or any other antiseptic is ready to be activated. So now the BKC is on the surface. Whenever bacteria reaches the BKC will simply kill the bacteria. You see, some of the BKC or the other functional ingredients still may be locked inside the core in order to be released at a different time. So their release is very much modulated by the water content around. So if you wash the hands, it's a lot of water. Of course, everything will be released. But if you just normally perspire, some of the BKC may stay and give you a longer lasting protection. Like you saw with the 48 hours experiment, that after 48 hours exposing with water still release enough natural antiseptic to kill the bacteria. So this is the animation and explanation. Now I would like to move on and show you some of the concept products that you can use in your work. It's called the magical hand wash. This is a completely new concept of products. And we use Hydrosol BKC, so we have protection, but we also have a visual effect. The PID is 6426-01. So if you need, write down if you need more references for this. So we use two technologies, Hydrosol BKC and Sal color effects. What does this magical hand wash is giving you? It's giving you a cue, a change of color as you rub the hands. That is indicator that you activated your protection system and you rub it sufficient time to make it happen. The formulation is simple, and this is not the purpose here to show you exact the formulation, but to give you a hint, what is the formulation? Water, the thickener is xanthan gum and glycerin. When this is mixed, you mix it back to the water, you add aloe or any other things. Betaine is important because it helps with the foaming. It's another visual. Then Hydrosol BKC, and step number 6 is Sal color, white to green. That's all the formula. Now, here is how it's actually made. So we bring you back to our lab.
The first step in creating our Hydrosol BKC wash will be to pre-mix the xanthan gum with glycerin. This will help to wet the polymer and make it disperse very easily within the water. And the xanthan gum is going to be our water phase thickener in this formulation. Now that the xanthan gum has been well dispersed within the glycerin, it can be added to the water. This should thicken the water slightly, so the propeller speed may need to be increased to ensure its uniformity. Our next ingredient will be aloe vera gel liquid, which has been decolorized so it is clear. And what this will do for our final formulation is give it very strong moisturizing effects, and it will soothe the skin and rejuvenate the skin as well. Our next ingredient will be witch hazel extract, and what this does is acts as a skin conditioning agent to help reduce the flakiness on the skin and improves the appearance of dry and damaged skin. Our next ingredient is cocamidopropyl betaine, which is our primary surfactant within this formulation. And this classic foam boosting surfactant can reduce the irritation that classic ionic surfactants would normally cause. Now we will add the first of our two technologies, Hydrosol BKC, and this is our encapsulated benzalkonium chloride, which allows for the time release and longer lasting effects of benzalkonium chloride. It can be reactivated long after its initial application when it is exposed to moisture. Now that we only have to add our encapsulated pigment, Sal Color FX, this Hydrosol BKC wash could be sold as is, as a nice foaming hand wash. But what we are adding is our encapsulated pigments that release the inner color of the encapsulation when the action of washing your hands occurs. So as you can see, it makes our wash a little bit lighter or gives it a white tint. But when it is applied to the skin and you begin washing your hands, it will release the inner green pigment. This is our Hydrosol BKC wash with Sal Color FX white to green. As you can see, it has the normal consistency of a hand wash, and you can see the beads are suspended within it. This is what the application of the wash will look like. A normal amount is used. You begin to lather it between your hands, and the Sal Color FX beads can actually act as a bit of an abrasing agent here and will help to cleanse the skin. And as you can see, as it is rubbed in, the foam will change from a white to a green color. This formulation leaves the skin feeling soft and smooth.
Thank you, Brian. This is Brian from our lab. And this is an idea of a product. Of course, you can change the formula as much as you want to make it your own. But all that we want to show you is how we combine the protection aspect with the sensory. We recommend a tube that has an orifice of at least 8 millimeters, so it will not break the particles ahead of time. The particles will only break after being in the wash for at least 48 hours and need a light rubbing. So this is the product, you apply it, and straightforward. I would like to show you the second formula here. This is coming from our partners in Bangkok. They formulated it. It's available, of course, from formulators here in our Salvona labs. Okay, this is a self-forming facial. You may be familiar with self-forming products, but this is a self-forming facial. It could be a mask, it could be a wash. Typically, it's a leave-on mask that you wait until it's fully forming, and then you just rinse it off. This contains Salsphere Saloxy. This is the product that's releasing the oxygen and the forming capacity. And then it's also contained Hydrosol natural antiseptic. So these two technologies are featured in this formula. And you can see here Saloxy in action. Of course, this is a little bit accelerated. We cannot wait here to see. The activation, you're familiar probably with the major functional ingredients, decafluoropentane. This material is sensitive and it's breaking down to release oxygen. And this is how we get the foaming. What we do is we encapsulate it together with some other ingredients to enhance the performance, to stabilize it. So you don't need a special packaging in order to use it. And it's very easy to formulate with this. This is the basic formula. And you see a majority of the formula is about more than 60% is water, glycerin, and two technologies. The Saloxy is used at 5%, and the natural antiseptic used at 2.45% in order to get the effect. And you see the list of the inks that we use. This is the formulation itself, straightforward. See the water phase ingredients are mixed all together, and until it's homogeneous, when everything is practically ready. These are the glycerins added. Then we add the technologies always at the end. And this process was done at room temperature. Typically, you don't need to heat it. You don't need a special homogenizer to make it happen. It's very stable in the production itself. You can easily package it in different type of foams. And this is the Saloxy already mixed with Hydrosol natural antiseptic. You see it's milky a little bit. It makes the product overall milky. It's not a clear product. If you're looking for a clear, this is not a clear. Okay, so with time, it will reach the consistency and it's ready to go. It's liquid, easily to pack it up. Of course, one has to keep it at room temperature. It's activated with heat. Heat and space, overhead space. So if you pack it in the product up to the end, to the full volume, then it will be stable even in the oven for 45°C. However, if you leave some open space, it will fill it over time. So these are the two concepts I wanted to show you. If you would like to see more concepts, please register to our weekly webinars. We show 4 to 5 different concepts. They are all in the webinars. We show what's the value, what is the product, what's the value, and how to use it directly from either our lab here in New Jersey or our partners lab in Bangkok, Thailand, and Milan, Italy. So this is our different service labs that are working in collaboration with us to promote our product. To summarize, I showed you this several concepts of technologies, and these are the basic 4 technologies that I could focus within this period of time. I'm short with time, so I had to cut a little bit. The technologies were Hydrosol BKC, Hydrosol Natural Antiseptic, Salsphere Saloxy, and Sal Color Effects. This is the product, that's what they do, and this is how we combine protection, visual, fun, and attraction. This is what makes a product interesting to the user and makes also talking points if people want to produce, to market this product. Okay, so we think that these 4 products are very relevant for the time right now, and people will need this type of product in the near future. We also showed you how easy it is to formulate. They are very simple formulas and clean. They provide both the efficacy and sensory. So if you want to collaborate with us, it's practically very simple. We would like you to help us to promote our product and services within your prospect and customer. In order to be recognized, we would like you to be our official ambassador. For that purpose, we ask you to register in our website. Register at salvona.com/consultants. Okay, so what will you get? What's the benefit for you, you may ask? Why should I bother with you? Okay, so this is why. First of all, we are going to share with you our Salvona Circle of Friends newsletter. In this newsletter, we are going to promote our new products. We're going to talk about the beta stage. So all the products that are not fully available to everybody. So you can get ahead by showing some technologies that would be very interesting and new. Your work could be really leading, cutting edge in terms of product that we don't even put on the website, and you can use them and present them. For example, some of the products that I showed today. And of course, we will pay for a commission fee for businesses that you generate, but we need to know in advance what's your plans, and we will fully support you. Before I leave before I leave you, I want to introduce you Jeff Gohar. He is the Vice President of Advanced Beauty Lab, and I let him introduce himself. He is Mr. Jeff Gohar. He is the President of Advanced Beauty Lab. Advanced Beauty Lab is a contract manufacturer, and Jeff Gohar has over 20 years of experience in this business, from product development, production, manufacturing, sales, marketing, and so on and so. So welcome, Jeff. Hi, Jeff.
Hi, thank you, Dr. Sam Sheffer.
Why don't you introduce yourself a little bit better and tell us what Advanced Beauty Lab can offer to our customers?
I'm Jeff Gohar. I'm the Vice President of Advanced Beauty Labs. I've been with Salvona ABL for over 15 years now. I've successfully helped existing brands, large and small, develop new products. I also worked with independent brands take their first leap into launching their first brand.
Great. What is your specific service that you're offering, and what makes your service so unique that we would like to work with you?
So ABL, as you know, we're a contract manufacturer in New Jersey. We manufacture skin and cosmetic products, but we have a very unique twist that goes beyond what you may not find in other vendors. We offer our clients unique technology-based solutions rather than copy and paste stock formulations.
Thank you. More information will come over our next webinar, but this was a short introduction, so you know Jeff. Let me summarize and tell you, we would like to work with you. Our services are open online. We really improve significantly our capabilities to market digitally and to provide service digitally. So everything is open to the public. You just need to go onto the website and you can order samples, you can read the information, and you can also chat with us in savona.com.